If you want to see two guys that don't need to use Photoshop to enhance their promo pictures, go to YouTube, search out NTTFGPOD, and hit that subscribe button. I'm Rock.
And I'm Archie.
Well, our opinions, they might not matter to some, but
What are you doing in there?
it's a podcast.
Immature, crass, trashy. And those are their good qualities. These poor schmucks are a couple of IQ points away from eating paste. But when it comes to music, sports, and comedy, well, that's all they know. You're listening to
Not these two fucking guys.
Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
I was thinking about this the other day. I know we've had this conversation before, but when somebody asks you a question and you need to lock in your answer.
Final answer?
This is my final answer. Give me your top 5 rappers. We might have talked about this in the past, but we're going. I have 1 and 2 on lock right now, and then
I have to give you them in order?
Uh,
I'm not giving you any particular order. I'll tell you the top 5.
okay. It goes
My top 5?
Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie's on that. Redman, 100%. 1,000,000% Redman, top 5. Eminem, Biggie. Is it like who's
Who do
the
you love?
greatest?
No,
or like
no.
what they mean?
It's not the
Who I
greatest.
like. Who I like.
You could be like fucking, sugar. But like, who do you love? Who's your top?
Okay. Does Wu-Tang count as one spot? It does. Wu-Tang, Biggie, Redman, Eminem, and I would have to say I got to think about that one. Let me hear yours.
So I always went down saying Biggie. Number 1. Biggie's number 1. Now, is it because he's not around anymore that he's not, but I can't hear him and I can't fucking compare him to anybody? Meaning, like, what would he be doing now? But goddamn, I fucking love Method Man. His style, he like his style as he got older. It's just he's been doing so many guest spots on tracks lately, and I gotta find this one track because I don't know who these dudes are, but this new track, they made it a point to make old school beats like Wu-Tang. It was an old school beat like Wu-Tang, and he guessed on it. He's just so fucking good, and the main part of it is that it's the cadence and it's his fucking voice. His voice. I'm just gonna have to go Biggie and Method Man. Okay. Now, this is gonna sound weird to you, right? This is almost like I don't know anything about the car, but that car looks gorgeous, so I want it. I don't know anything about a Mercedes, but I want a Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way Nas sounds.
Yeah.
Nas is deep for me, though. He's a little deep for me lyrically, but I just like his. I like his.
Yeah,
flow.
he does have multi-syllable words in his rhymes. So, yeah,
it's hard
for you. It's tough.
Yeah, he's fucking piece of shit. But Nas is up there. Tupac is not up there for me. I could care less. And Tupac is a god in the rap world.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. There's nothing about there's a couple songs I'm like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. But no. So I'm gonna have to say
I like Tupac. But he's probably I don't know if he'd be the 5th spot for me or not. I'm still debating. There's a lot you got to throw there. There's Nas. There's Tupac. There's
So real quick, back to
Jay-Z.
You gotta like Jay-Z's flow is just nasty.
Yeah.
So you got uh, Biggie, Method Man, Nas, Redman, and Eminem. Like that would probably be, and you'd have to substitute Nas with maybe Jay-Z, maybe, you know,
Nas, Jay-Z,
like,
Mobb Deep, and for the older heads, fucking Cool G Rap. Cool G Rap, Rakim. Those guys were
and
like
you want to know what?
oh, like when they say OG, those were like OG, like fucking like
Yeah,
the shit.
yeah. I had this station on the other day, and DOS Effects came on.
They want effects. DOS.
I miss old school rap, bro. But as long
Yes,
as
yeah.
like like Method Man is keeping himself fucking consistent, man. He's keeping himself relevant, and he's pretty fucking diesel too. You ever follow him on fucking?
Yeah, so does fucking Redman. Same thing. Hey, burpee. Um, I had a thought. What was
But
wrong with
you said Diddy was up there for you, right?
fuck you?
Oh, all right.
Eat it. Um, oh, that's what I was gonna say. Um, rest in peace to Chino XL. Passed away a couple
Why,
weeks back.
why do I not know that name? Hmm. Should I have known that name? Why?
Um, he's more underground. He was how you
Chino
would
XL?
how you would know him from at the end of Hit 'Em Up. Tupac's like Chino XL, fuck you too. Maybe you know him from that. I don't know. But very it's like people that are into rap and like that kind of thing. He had like some of like the best like punchlines and like wordplay and was very well respected. Uh more to me more of an underground artist,
Yeah.
but he just passed away, 50 years old, too soon.
Rest in peace, man. Oh, these are two opposite ends of the spectrum. But if I had to substitute out Nas, I put the fucking Beasties in there for me, man. But that's like my taste, you know? I'm not
Yeah,
I'm not
I don't
saying he's the
know.
best ever. I'm not,
No, I
but this is
know that.
my favorite.
I love the Beastie Boys, but like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. When
I
I
hear you.
think of straight up rap, I don't think of the Beastie Boys.
Oh, so I'm gonna leave you off on this. Do you remember a couple weeks back I sent you a couple clips of some young YouTubers?
Yes.
Listen, man, take that for what it's worth. But Joey Valance and Bray, people out there, do yourself a favor. If you love Beastie Boys and you love House of Pain, you like that type of old school 90s hip hop, Joey Valance and Bray are fucking fantastic. Fucking don't take it. They are not lyrically deep. They are embracing and celebrate. They're celebrating the 90s. These kids are probably mid 20s if I had to guess. But they are celebrating 90s hip hop and they are so fucking good and they're making it in their bedrooms. Song Punk Tactics, the baddest hooligan fucking I listened I randomly found them and I put it on. I was like, "Holy shit. I thought BCs weren't even coming out with anything new." And I it floored me. But
Yeah,
throwing it out there.
you're raving about them.
Raven. So that's it, pal. That's our little music talk for today.
Yo, real quick,
Talk to me.
top five '90s rap groups or hip hop groups, right? And I'm just gonna say a couple. House of Pain, you just mentioned them. Beastie
Yes.
Boys,
Yeah.
Naughty by Nature,
Not
criminally underrated.
not because I hate you.
Yeah. Obviously, you throw Wu-Tang in there for a whole group. Who else?
Oh yeah.
What other groups?
Mob Deep. Is that
Mobb Deep, yeah. But like, I feel like the ones for me, like starting in the early '90s, was like
you're
Naughty
not
by Nature,
the alcoholics?
The Alcoholics. Um, so Naughty by Nature, House of Pain, That was like the early 90s, like the shit.
How about Capone and Noriega?
There you go. CNN.
The what? Remember that? I
You
remember
see what do you call Noriega's you ever watch his I guess it's a podcast, Drink Champs?
no, I didn't
Very
know that.
cool. Very cool, dude.
Oh, all right, I'll check that out.
Noriega from Capone Noriega,
Yeah,
and it's fucking one of the best podcasts. Has like lots, always has rappers on. Really fucking good.
awesome. Yo, Rock,
What's up, pal?
tonight we dive deep into the mind of a stand-up comedian. Now, most of us will say hilarious. Some might say alarming. Our next guest is going to take us on an exploration showing us what she has contributed to comedy and what comedy has given her. Welcome to Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast, Alexis Prigo.
Guys,
What's
Hi,
going
how are
on?
I'm
How
doing
are
well.
you? How
It's
are
hot
you?
over here.
What do you got? What's the temp?
It's like probably 95.
Okay. Right now,
Yeah.
we are in New Jersey, and it cooled down a little bit, actually. A week ago, it was fucking hot, but it's that Jersey hot, that sweat
You get that
fucking,
humidity.
oh,
Bad.
to a guy with no hair, still.
Oh man, I'll be in New York next weekend, or this weekend, so I'm preparing myself.
Oh, good, good, good. That's right. That's awesome. Taking you, yeah, because you're on the West Coast, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes, Arch. That's where California is, the West Coast.
Yeah, some may say. All right. So the algorithm has done it again. The algorithm brought you to us.
Uh-oh.
I
That's
think
just what I want to hear. I'm just landing in men's inboxes or what?
She's like, fuck.
It's okay. It's okay. We're safe. We're all right.
It sounds a little date rapey.
Yeah, seriously.
Scrolling through Instagram, I saw a skit that just fucking hit home. And from my perspective, I've been married for 7 years. We've been dating for like 9, right? 15 years, over 15 years. She has still yet to find a fucking deodorant that works for her.
So you're just saying right on air that your wife smells like absolute garbage.
No, I'm going to say she sweats a lot.
Okay.
We'll
I
go
mean,
that.
there's a
We'll go that.
difference.
No. It's always like an ongoing joke. Even when we were like hooking up, before we even started, like she's like, "Oh, I gotta juice up the pits," and like
Yeah.
she goes through deodorant after deodorant. She uses mine. She's like, maybe I'm gonna try. To this day, it's still. She has never found a deodorant that has.
Yeah. That's part of the whole marketing because I haven't either, and it's been since that joke. Like I put real deodorant on in front of my boyfriend, but
Uh,
during the week I use organic. I smell awful. Like come Korea, I'm disgusting. When I'm with him, it's like I put all the ones with like aluminum and whatever.
mhm,
So
mhm.
yeah, pick and
I
choose.
Yeah, like I remember like Mitchum. I think she tries to use like a men's Mitchum sometimes or whatever Mitchum is. I don't even know. And she's like, your deodorant smells great. And I'm like, I'm fine. I mean, I sweat a lot, but I'm like, I'm fine. And then
Yeah, I don't see anyone dying from that, right?
you but what you're like, I smell like fennel or something like so
Yeah,
one of
no,
your
it's so
skits.
bad. It's always like natural, weird scents. Now they have like coconut and stuff like that, but before like OG organic deodorant was like pine and
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like gravel, and you're like, oh, okay.
yeah.
And
So
what's the actually the thought behind that? Like, what do they like? The regular deodorants like give you like cancer or like? I guess I'm
Yeah.
behind on the times. I don't know about this stuff.
Yeah, apparently the aluminum in there blocks like the pores and the aluminum can get into the bloodstream. But I have a really close friend who's a physician's assistant for a dermatologist, and she says the actual aluminum particles can't get through. They're too big. So I think it's all like
Okay.
mumbo jumbo.
So she debunked it.
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah,
it's not true.
not
And
true.
I
Not true.
trust her. She had more schooling than I did at that. So
You put deodorant on every day, and then once in a blue, I do put it on, and I go, I mean, I'm putting on some for like 30 something years. Like, am I
yeah.
putting something into my skin? Like, but
That's probably the healthiest thing you do. So I think you're good.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone who uses organic deodorant, everyone like does Coke and then they're just like all like organic and stuff. And you're like, it doesn't work.
I could totally see a Hollywood party, like someone just straight up like, no, you gotta do that. You gotta do the organic shit because
So
it's
true. Crazy.
All right, so from hearing you on different, and I did a little research, but I wanted to find out more on the interview. But you've been doing this for like 9, 10 years, and I feel like I just discovered you, and I went on a deeper dive, and I looked at your skits, and I was like, that's really fucking funny. Um, so tell us a little bit about like how you started and your little road to the road to comedy so far.
Yeah, it's crazy because they always say like 10 years, that's when you start
Yeah.
seeing stuff. And I was like cocky going into it. I was like, oh no, I think by like year four I should be okay. But no, it's true. Like you got to put the work in, the hours in.
Mm.
And I always did entertainment. I've always done dancing and acting and singing as a kid. So I knew I was going to do this. I just kind of thought that I was going to be like Britney Spears when I grew
Of
up. Like I thought that was like a real job.
course.
Um, I didn't even know, like I barely ever admit this, but I didn't even know stand-up comic, like a stand-up comedian was a real profession. Because growing up, I just remember seeing like Jay Leno and like those guys
Yeah.
and like Tim Allen and stuff. And I didn't know that was like a job. I thought you just hosted late night and you
Yeah.
got a sick. So I was surprised.
Right.
He said I do it for a living.
So is this what you do for a living right now? Do you have a side job? Do you work, different jobs? Like what's your gig?
Yeah, I have a bunch of side stuff. I also just created a razor brand for women.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. I
Rocco.
noticed all my friends was I got it from a joke actually because I was single and I was like shaving everything every week, just like shaving my whole body. And my hair would grow back so fast, so I bought a man's razor, and men's razor has like such a close shave.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
never went back. And then I realized all my girls have Gillettes. And I was like, that's crazy that we don't have our own like durable razor
So what's it called?
called Tomboy. Yeah.
Tomboy
Nice.
razor.
Yeah. Tomboy razor. It's 5 blade, it's sharp as fuck, and it's durable, it's heavy, and it gets the job done.
All right. Do me a go into this a little bit. Like, where did you have to go to like a plant, like somewhere to test this out? How about the marketing, the look,
Yeah.
what'd you do for this?
I shopped around for like a really durable razor. Like I just
Okay.
wanted it to be weighted almost,
Yeah. Yeah.
just to like have that feel. Because I never throw out my razors that are weighted because it kind of feels like too valuable. So
Okay.
girl razors are like plastic. They're always made out of like recycled plants or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I want like a heavy duty like man's razor. So I shopped around for it. I was like, asking distributors like, how much does it weigh? And I
Mhm.
thought that was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I found a distributor that had like the perfect razor, tested it out on me and some friends, and yeah, it ended up working out great.
That's pretty fucking cool.
But like, what do you have to do? You have to like pay the distributor to like make it? Like, how does that go?
Yeah, yeah, I kind of like got like a razor that all the features that I wanted,
Mhm.
and they have a razor factory, which sounds crazy. I don't even know if it was real. They could have just sent me pictures of like some random place.
I mean, Wonka has a chocolate factory, so
It was like a picture like of a factory. It said like razors on it.
yeah,
I'm like, yeah, that's
razors.
it. Yeah. So I got it from that and they were great and they shipped it. And I have, a shit ton of razors. I have like 1,000 razors at my house right now,
Is it
just ready to
online?
be.
Is it
Yeah.
mostly online?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it online. It launches at the end of August.
Oh,
So
Nice.
oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm a
My house looks
comedian.
like a
By the
schizophrenic though. I feel like I have like looks like I went on like some like rant where I like bought 1,000 razors and it's just a weird thing.
She's hoarding.
it's like,
Yeah.
hi, I'm Alexis. I'm a comedian. But if you need a razor,
Yeah, I sold them after my shows in Portland a few weeks ago and they're like, "Oh, you for real?"
That's
Like,
pretty
yeah,
funny.
sort of.
would you say it's comparable to a Mach 3?
Yeah, I would say it's better than the Gillette, whatever they have out right now. I don't know what it's
Okay.
called. Is it a Mach 3?
Well, Mach 3, it's been now like that was like one of the first, right, Rock, like one of the first big durable multi-blade razors that came out
Yeah.
years ago. And like
Yeah.
I grew up because my grandfather, my father, like I would always see them with the blue Bics, you know,
Yeah.
they would do 2 times and throw it out. So that's like all I knew as an adolescent. And then getting a little older, I was like, oh, it's this fucking thing. And I'm like, oh shit. And I got some coarse hair, Italian coarse hair,
Yeah.
not on my
Yeah,
head, on
that's
my
why I did
face.
it.
Um, but it's also just going back to what you said before is pretty funny. Just because I remember years ago shaving everything too when I was single. It's just funny.
It's easier, your whole body.
And now
But
I walk out of the shower and my wife's like, might have to call the DPW for your back. I'm like, well,
does she shave your back?
she'll buzz it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think that's like a normal thing. And I think it's actually really cute that people do that.
It's, I think one of our first times going to the Jersey Shore, she looked at my feet and it was one of, I've never heard it before. And she was like, nice toe beard.
The fuck?
On one hand, I was like, oh God, I shave everything. I'm appalled. On the
She
other
sounds
hand,
like a sweaty bully.
she's fucking. And then on the other hand, I was like, that was a good one. I never heard that before.
Yeah,
Awesome.
she's pretty quick.
Yeah. So I can understand the whole shaving thing, and you know,
Yeah.
that's so. Talk to us. You've been doing the clubs you are California based, and how many? When did you start venturing out of California? When did you think that I could take this shtick out on the road? like
I
I can
mean,
start touring.
way too soon.
Really?
I think probably my fourth year. My first few years of comedy were shit. I wasn't doing it right. I was doing like one show a month,
Okay.
and I was like, 'cause that's all I could handle because I was so nervous. So I like eased myself into it. I would say after COVID, I got like really serious about it. But or I guess I was serious the whole time, but I like since it was taken away from me, I like hit the ground running after COVID. But I think I probably went on the road after year four. I did New York and I think I did Portland at that time. Oh, I did Australia very early on.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that was ballsy, but it's great over there. I think they just like the accent,
Okay.
how we
Yeah.
like theirs. I think
Yeah.
they're just like, you're amazing. And I'm like, wasn't.
Are you
Like,
originally from California or you moved there to be in the scene?
Yeah, no, I'm from here. I don't know how people, I think I would have done it if I lived far away, but like, I don't know how people like pack up their shit from their small town and head to LA.
yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah. We've definitely had guests on in multiple facets. Either we do like a music, sports, comedy type thing, and either an athlete or a comedian somewhere in the arts that they were like packing up. I lived in Ohio, and
Yeah,
and
always.
I'm going out and just doing their own thing out there. It's ballsy. It's I mean, it's hard. You got a family. It's hard to do it. If you could do it as, single and shaving yourself, you could do it.
I know. That's the only reason I'm probably here. It's no kids
Mm.
and just shaved.
So going to all right. So what would you attest to the nerves? Like if you're saying like doing one show a month and you got a little more, but like
Yeah.
what broke you out of the nerves? Like I could do this. Fuck this. I'm going. Besides
Yeah, I think
COVID happening, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I think you just get better and then you start realizing, okay, I might be like it becomes less nerve-wracking. I was more prepared. So it was easier to go up and do my stuff. Like I really wanted to show people my material.
mhm,
And then yeah, you just get better. So you want to like, show what you wrote and make the audience laugh. But the nerves I still get, it's more of like I
sure.
confused them early on with being nervous. And now I'm just like so amped to get up there that I like shake a little bit. So, but all good stuff.
So did you talk to any other, maybe colleagues or other comedians before you started out, before you went up maybe for the first time and like obviously they're going to tell you, "Hey, listen, you're going to bomb. It's a part of it." And
Yeah.
if so, were you like, "Nah, I mean, you guys may have. I'm not going to bomb." So,
No, I don't think I had that many mentors when I first started. I was kind of like in it with everyone that was kind of new. I
Mhm.
still don't know what I'm doing. Like sometimes like people will like message me and they're like, you should do this show. And I'm like, what? That's so I'm like still kind of lost sometimes. But no, I feel like everyone's in the same boat when I started. We were all just kind of like in it, kind of shitty. I definitely thought I was like way worse than I was. I remember I would like look back at tapes and be like, oh my God, I did horrible. And then you hear some laughs and you're like, oh, maybe I didn't.
Mhm. Mhm. Just today, Rogan dropped a episode with Sandler. I think Sandler might have been on
Oh, no way.
for the first time today.
What?
And I only got halfway through it, but pertaining to our conversation, Sandler was talking about doing stand up early on, and he was bombing.
Yeah.
And everybody, right? He was bombing, but he kept saying to himself, "Why aren't these fucking people laughing at this? This is great material." You know?
Yeah.
So there's something that's got to be, and we're just going to take your profession, obviously, something in a comedian's head that has a certain type of confidence that certain people, you could bomb in front of people, but you keep coming back. There's something there that has to keep coming back. That one chuckle, that one laugh, that one line, you know?
Yeah.
Um, how do you, I guess what I'm getting at, like, how do you, how would you take to a big bombing incident and
bombing is
you like that? To fucking don't get me on a plane.
well, like the fucking
Shit
World Trade Center.
everywhere.
Jesus Christ!
Bombing incident. But how would you take to something like that
Pulling terror
and
stuff.
and come back and come back?
So I think it was just like a learning process because you bomb and yeah, you're right. You get like one chuckle and you're like you hold on to that for dear life.
Yeah.
But I think it's because you want to tell people something and you're like, if I can just construct it properly, I think I can let them know and they'll laugh. But you know, I think it just is like it's built in you. You're like, I know I'm supposed to be doing this. I just got to get better at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But whenever I bomb, um, I mean, it's getting easier to bomb now because you're like, oh, that means I need to work on it. So like if something doesn't go well, it's not like fuck the crowd, fuck comedy. It's like I need to go back to the drawing board. So it's actually like probably the one of the best gifts now is to bomb a little bit.
Yeah. Eat a little shit.
Yeah, got to.
Did you ever like get lost on stage where like you're just doing your act or like You can't like you don't know your segue or whatever it is, and like that's got to be a terrifying feeling being by yourself up there doing that.
Yeah, I try not to think about that because I'm like, it's literally me, just me.
That's
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Like I can't. But then I realized too, the audience, I get so critical on like I try and, make sure I get all my jokes in order. I say the right tag, try something new. When I don't do it, I'm like, oh, they don't even know. Like they have no idea. A
Yeah.
lot of times
Yeah.
people will come up to me after the show and they're like, do you write your own jokes or like do you just make it up on the spot? And I'm like, this took me years. Like this set took me 7 months. So
You should tell them that was like literally all improv up there.
Yeah.
I literally just thought of this stuff.
You,
gifted.
you should hear my real set.
Um,
What we always ask this because we're just inquisitive about something like that. Like, will you get an idea and literally pen to paper? Are you a pen to paper person and write out the transition and write everything out and memorize from there? Or is it more of on the fly type thing?
Yeah, I wish I could be a comic that just goes to the stage with an idea and
Yeah.
kind of riffs and finds it. I have to have it like bullet points. But yeah, I'm pen to paper. I use my phone a lot too, like the notes section.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I just go off that, but it has to be pretty structured, or else it gets too nervous and I won't even do it.
Yeah. You see these comedians, and I'm seeing it in you too, because you look very comfortable 9 years in. You look very comfortable on stage, the clips that I have seen. Um, you see these comedians that are just so they're in it. They might they might be at a club to 500 people, 100 people, but they look like they're telling a story in a living room to somebody. And you know when somebody so animated and shit, it's like, oh, you don't know what happened, and then she fucking came up here, and then blah, 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 you know. But
Yeah.
but that's scripted. It's like they wrote that down. They have to memorize that. They have to remember everything. The art form is so wild, you know?
There's a moment when you're on stage and you have such a good flow. It's like when you're with your friends and you're like cracking all of them up. It's like this moment of
he's
just
never done
like,
that. He's never done that.
Fuck yourself.
it's like when your other friends are on a rant. No, it's like when you get a good flow of things, you kind of just feel like out of body. Like it just comes out pretty natural. But yeah, it's hard to get to that point sometimes because you do it so often, you do the same jokes. So it's like you just have to get the energy from the crowd, I think.
Yeah.
Get that authenticity.
And then too, like I mean, there's obviously all different kinds. Like there's like a like Mitch Hedberg who would basically just tell like one-off jokes, and there's like I just saw Kevin Hart, and his whole act was essentially like one kind of big story that kept on like intersecting, coming back, and then going forward in two very different styles, obviously. So, but both very unique.
Yeah, it's interesting because it just made me realize because Mitch Hedberg, he would get so nervous before he'd go on stage. He'd wear like glasses and a hat. And I'm thinking now maybe it's because he couldn't really, like, I can mess up on a joke. No one probably really knows. But his is like,
Yeah.
word by word. When
Yeah.
he fucks up, the whole joke's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that was it. And the drugs or whatever.
And he's like, yeah, fuck it. I'm just going to do heroin. He's like, I got this. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Now, I like to hear every comedian's take on it, like, because some people, like you said, could be like, oh, my boyfriend just dumped me last week, and like go up on stage. Can you believe what this motherfucker did? Lump me. Not only did he dump, and then works out a whole premise, and then could find the punchline within, you know. And also, there's times I'm sure. I mean, I don't know, but I'm sure there's times that you've been on stage with your act, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait a minute, that tag could go there instead, and that might could or not take you out of the game too, right? Because now you're thinking of that, not being in the moment. But it's just Rocco and I find this art form fascinating, and like comedians, it's just think about it. It's like, hey, Alexis, nice to meet you. Make me laugh. Like I'm a mechanic. Could you fix my car? Oh yeah, I'll fix your car. Alexis, do me a favor, make me laugh. Like you make people
Yeah,
laugh, make me laugh. Like,
it's crazy because like you think you kind of know people, like as a human, you think you know how other humans act, what they kind of are receptive to. But then you go on stage and you're like, oh, they like that? Like every show is like a focus group, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
But
Wow.
I go on like, but yeah, I've gone on stage before after breakups and just been like super real. And you kind of just like the best feeling I think for all comedians is when people come up to you after a show and are like, hey, when you said that, it reminded me of whatever. So like, thank you. Or like, I feel the same way. Like that's the best compliment.
That's there was another bit you had. If if you see me with a rib, or I didn't
Oh my
like.
God, that was so
Okay,
true. I would like not eat. I was so
Rock,
hungry
Rock,
after.
I don't want to bash your bit out in front of you. But you said,
No, I talk about when and this is literally it's crazy because every breakup I've gone through since that joke, I'll resort back to writing that. Because like I go into like fight or flight after breakups and I like won't eat that much.
uh,
And so I'd say like I love breakups because I always lose like 5 pounds. Like if you don't see a rib, like I didn't love you that much type deal. But it's so
yeah,
true. And then my girlfriends are like, I have the opposite problem. I just like eat everything.
yeah. Oh God,
Good old
it's.
breakup, weight loss.
I mean, I always it's just so fucked up because I feel that like I've seen this with my friends and I've been through this years ago, but like you break up with somebody and it's like say you two weren't seeing eye to eye on certain things and now all of a sudden you guys break up and then oh now you're going to the gym.
Yeah,
Oh now you want to save money.
so true.
Hmm. I where the it's like why couldn't we have prevented? Who knows? There's could be
Yeah.
multiple things, but yeah, relationships are a whole nother fucking topic.
Yeah, my ex, we broke up. He like went on a tour of Europe. I was like, excuse me, you asshole.
I could have went on. I mean, yeah.
Who are some of the comedians that inspired you? I mean, you had I would imagine you looked up to some folks that did this.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who I used to be. I think like the start of comedy for me was watching Mad TV. Like that to me was like I
Watching
grew
what?
up watching Mad
Oh,
TV.
Mad TV, Mad TV. Okay.
Yeah, like I was an SNL fan too, but for some reason, I think just my age, I remember being at least like 10 and being like, oh my God, these people are so funny. Like, did you guys ever watch Mad TV? Like
Yeah,
OG, like Miss Swan, Stewart, like that to me,
Stewart.
like,
Stuart.
God, it's so good. They can't do half that stuff anymore.
No, no, definitely not.
There was
Definitely.
100%. I swear, but wasn't there a skit with Stewart and a sneeze guard
Can
for the
imagine that.
buffet? And Stewart and he was like not getting.
Wait, yes,
Do
that's
you know
my
what I'm talking
favorite
about?
one.
Like this is
Yes.
what I'm vaguely remembering, but the whole sneeze guard thing, like it
Yeah, I feel
wasn't
like he was
blocking his.
underneath it
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yes.
Yeah.
Like
Oh my
fuck
gosh.
that was yes. Mad TV. I like discovered Mad TV like late for some reason, but and I
Yeah,
went, oh, there's something that like competes with SNL in a way, and I'm like, oh, and like Bobby Lee was big on that.
that's right. Yeah.
Bobby
Forgot
Artie
about
Lee,
Artie Lang,
Artie Lang was big on that.
Will Sasso.
Will
Will
Sasso,
Sasso.
Yeah, Alex Bornstein.
like
I mean, talk about a good career. If anyone's career I could have, it'd be hers. Family
yeah,
Guy,
Family Guy, yeah.
Marvelous
oh
Miss
that's
Maisel,
yeah.
all that. Killing it.
Where
Peter.
where do you so you're 9 years in, you're doing
Mhm.
clubs, you live in Cali, you're going to New York, you've been to Australia. Uh where where are we going? Where do we want to go? Where do we want to where's our 5 year plan? Where the fuck are we going with this
I
career?
want to I want to do Chicago, I want to do Denver, probably just more clubs, places that I haven't been. I
Mhm.
kind of stay in the same like realm. I mean, not Australia, but like I stay in the same realm of clubs usually, which I
Mhm.
like, which I know comedians do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely want to do Denver. that looks fun. International would be dope to do. But I think like eventually, like the end goal is to do like some sort of like film, TV. Like that's the main goal
Yeah, yeah.
with it all. Yeah.
Now, you said that you were into acting or you did acting when you were younger.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna get a good role being funny, and that's how my comedy would take off. Not
Okay.
even thinking how difficult acting is. You
Mm.
like, I mean, I feel bad for the actor that it looks so tough, doesn't it? I'm like, how are you guys eating? Like, how like, you guys are all sick and like don't have health insurance and like the writer's strike and
Oh
AI,
God.
and I'm like, this is too intense.
Yeah,
Tough,
yeah.
Uh,
man.
but yeah, I did acting since I was young. So the goal is to, write something, be in it.
Mm.
I do a lot of friends projects. So hopefully something will take off.
That's cool. Have you ever thought about like auditioning for like maybe like an SNL type of, I mean, there's only one
Yeah.
SNL, but I'm saying something like along the lines of that.
Like a generic SNL for people
Yeah,
who make it.
for people who can't make SNL, you know.
For poor people to watch. Yeah, I would love to. That'd be so good. That'd be so great.
SNL for poor people. It's
Yeah,
fucking Sunday Night
which
Live.
might actually be better than what's going on right now. I
Uh,
don't know what's happening over there. I don't know. I
no.
mean, personally, do you guys watch SNL? I feel like it's not easy to watch. Like I
Uh,
watch it on TikTok, like skits.
yeah, to be honest, when like main guests come on, that's when I'll see clips.
Yeah,
If I
clips.
don't if I don't hear anything like that's big, no, I'm not seeking it out.
I
Yeah.
used I
Yeah.
used to love it, but I can't get into it. I don't know. It's I don't know if it's like just doesn't appeal to me anymore. But I like the weekend update with Colin
Colin
Jost
Jost,
and Michael Che.
their
Yeah,
back
Definitely,
me
and forth
too. That's the
banter.
best. Yeah,
obviously the by far the best part of that show and has been for a while.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. Their banter back and forth. Very smart. Very
Very
smart.
good.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. All right. So I mean, we we know you're gonna take off. I mean, it's just a
Thank you.
matter of time. I mean, I I told Rocky, I sent him a clip. I was like, I want to get her on the show. There's something, I don't know, something. I'm don't ask me. I'm nobody important, just a little podcast guy, but I see something. You.
Oh, I appreciate that. That means so much
No,
to me, really.
I think so. I think so. There's just something like you when you with the algorithm, you're seeing people all day long, and then just flipping through, and then maybe it was the deodorant thing, maybe it was I don't know. I just thought it was cool, so I think you're doing a great job, and we wish you the best of luck, man.
As soon as she's done with this interview, she's gonna like contact Instagram and like figure out
Like,
how the
what the
fuck
fuck are you guys
yeah,
doing over
what
there?
happened? What are you guys doing to me?
There was a podcast called Not These Two Get the
When do I take my shirt off?
Oh god.
oh wait, one thing before I let you go. I saw or I listened to an interview with Adam Carolla.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool. How did
Yeah,
you
it was
how,
really cool.
how did you land that? Like,
I
man,
don't even know.
I walked
I
in.
pretty much I got a message saying we want to audition you to read the news segment of the show. And I was like, wow, what an honor to like have them like do a test run with me. And then I got an email that's like, congratulations, you're on the show. And I was
Wow.
like, okay. And then I show up and they like mic'd me up. I said maybe two words to Adam because we were just trying to get the show rolling.
Yeah.
And then it was me and him like talking for a while. And then we had a guest come in and he chatted with us and he left. And then I did the news with Adam. So I was like co-hosting.
Yeah.
Thank God they didn't tell me that because I wouldn't be able to sleep. But it was great. I was so nervous at first, but he's a pro. He's fantastic.
Now going back to what I said before, have you done this often? Like meaning like have you collaborated with with pretty famous guests? I don't know if you have. This is the first time I heard you with that.
Yeah, no, I think Adams probably was a big step for me.
Yeah.
Like that was definitely a moment where I
So
was like, oh, this is
swear
great.
to God, listening to you, I'm like, I would be fucking nervous.
I was
Like,
at first.
but
Like
I know,
someone
but
goes, they're like, is this an audition? And I'm like, it was. Like shitting my pants. But it takes a professional. Like he's so good at what he does.
yeah,
He's so good at talking that it made it really easy for me.
that's awesome. Good for
Yeah.
you. Was
Very
that like
cool.
was that at a studio?
Yeah, he has a really cool podcast studio over here in Burbank
Okay.
that he apparently built from the ground up. He's like this handyman.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Yeah, like plumbing and everything.
Really? No shit.
I was shocked.
Very cool. Very cool. No, you sounded like you sounded like you were his co-host.
Oh,
That's how the how
perfect.
comfortable you sounded. So I awesome.
Cool.
All right. Listen, thank you so much. We wanted to get a little insight on you, your career, what you've been doing so far. We really appreciate you coming on and chatting with us. And
All right, thanks for having me.
yeah,
You're
This has been really fun.
you're doing shows in New York, you said?
Yeah, I'll be there this Saturday at New York Comedy Club, and then I'm doing another one at UG Bushwick at this place called Sourpour on Sunday.
Very
Bushwick.
cool.
Yeah.
Bushwick. Perfect. Bushwick. We're selling razors at Bushwick. Here we go.
Yes. You say
Tell it.
here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, that's so good.
Listen. If you need, I'm a video editor, but I'm in marketing. What do
Dude,
you
I'm like,
need?
can I steal that?
Do you need
Here we go.
do you need packaging? I'm your man.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go.
do. I fucked up on my packaging.
I'm a graphic designer. All right.
Okay, perfect.
Tell everybody.
The casting agent too.
Yeah, but I'm a casting agent, podcast guy,
Does it all. None of it good, but does it all.
master of none. Tell everybody where they can find you.
I'm on Instagram at Alexis Prigo, YouTube Alexis Prigo, and I have a website alexisprigo.com with all my shows.
Awesome. Again, thank you so much, and
Appreciate
awesome that
it.
we got to find you. And seriously, best of luck. Hopefully, we can have you on in the future when you're starring in
you.
something really fucking big and you're too big for us. Okay.
I'll be back regardless.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alexis Prigo, thank you so much.
Thanks very much.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great bombing incident.
What do you think? She's a fucking terrorist? Let's just say there was a bombing incident.
Let's just say there was a bombing. Yeah. That's fucking, I've been bombing lately, so might as well call it a bombing incident.
Oh God.
That's she's cool, man.
Yeah, very cool.
So what I was getting at the last minute of the interview is that she was on Adam Carolla's podcast, which he's had a podcast for like 1,000 years. And yes,
I feel like he was one of the first podcasts.
yes.
Like literally.
Yeah. And she was like really good on it. Like you would think that like he has a sidekick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like doing research on her, I was thinking that
Sidekick or side chick?
ooh, side chick.
Got him.
They had a segment called Think Chick. Think Chick.
Listen, you could tell.
I'll edit that out.
Watching her stand up, she said that she's into acting and does acting stuff too. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So that was really cool. Wish her the best of luck. I say, hey man, one day we're gonna have one of these guests on early in their career. Next thing you know, she's doing a movie with Bradley Cooper. And we'll say, hey, would you come on and promote that movie? And she's gonna say, and you are?
I got a feeling if you literally called her back right now,
she'd
she'd
be like,
say the same fucking thing. And you are?
She's like, God, 10 years I've been doing this and I have
Fucking algorithm.
I have to fucking talk to these schmucks.
She literally is starting a class action suit against Instagram right now. How did I land with them?
Well, with that being said, Rocco, what do you have to say to the people?
If you just heard us talking to Alexis and all your exes live in Texas, you're riding around your brand new Lexus, then go tell all your friends you learned about this awesome podcast that you need to go check this. Then you just listen to Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
We're out. First time. Somebody's on.